Hi guys, I'm here to do my Friday reads. Since it's Friday, I thought that I would show you what I'm currently reading and plan to the rest of the weekend. Also, I'm going to do a little mini book haul because I have like 5 books or so, and I was like, let's just do it all in one. I'm actually reading 3 books, 2 books and then 1 manga. The manga I started like late last night, and I'm hoping to finish it before bed. But the first book, I'm not going to really tell you what it's about because it's the 5th book of a series, but it's Opposition by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the 5th book in the Lux series, and I got this a little bit later than everyone else because I paid like, what was it, like $3 extra when I ordered it online, when I pre-ordered it, and I got it personalized and signed. I don't have any signed books at all, so this is awesome to me. I'm only about halfway. I really, honestly, you'll see here in a few days when I upload my August wrap-up, have not read a lot this month. I finished Origin, which was book 4, and I finished the 6th Harry Potter book, but yeah, I haven't read a lot. I was sick last week, and honestly, this week and last week total, I probably read like 50 pages. Like, it's been bad. I've been on Netflix a little too much. But I am really enjoying this book. This series overall is just a very enjoyable series. I'd say it's like a 4-star series. It's just very fun and just, it's fun to read. The manga that I started late last night, I got through NetGalley, and it's like a manga classic. It's Pride and Prejudice. I've never received a manga through NetGalley before, and I was like, oh, this would be fun. However, if you follow me on Twitter, you saw last night that I was talking about how bizarre it was that if you've read a manga, you understand that you kind of read it like backwards to us Americans, and you kind of start from the back. And so NetGalley has it that I have to start on page 377 and then work my way 376, 375, all the way through to page 1, because I opened it and it was like the end as an ebook, and I was like, what? So I have to like type in the number. It's weird, it's so bizarre, but I definitely prefer to have a physical copy, but I'm not complaining really, because I mean, it was free. So that book actually just came out this month. It came out on the 19th, I'm pretty sure, and so I'm really enjoying it so far. I mean, of course, I love Pride and Prejudice. I've read the story multiple times. I have watched the older movies with Colin Firth, and I actually have them as like the VHS set. And then of course the one with Keira Knightley I love. I've seen that so many times. That soundtrack is one of my favorite soundtracks. It's so wonderful. Okay, and then moving on to the last book that I'm currently reading is another review book, and that is The Glass Sentence by S.E. Grove. Penguin sent this to me. Thank you again, Penguin. This book is so good so far. I love books like this. It's full of adventure, there's pirates, there's maps. This little girl has grown up without her parents because they basically are adventurers as well. They're explorers, and so they've gone missing, and so she lives with her uncle, and now he's missing. So it's like, what the heck? So she goes on this journey with this guy who is not from her lands. This story, it has to do with maps, and not just paper maps. There's like maps on glass, there's maps on metal, and it's so cool because there's different ways to read the maps. Like, not just anyone can walk up and learn how to read a glass map. So interesting to me. And what's really, really cool about this story is all of these lands have been like disrupted, and the time periods are all different. So these explorers, this is set into like the late 1800s. They'll go to a land and all of a sudden it's like prehistoric times. Like, it's insane. There's some that you could go to and it's like the future. There's some that you can go to and like there's books out from famous authors in Europe, and you go to Europe, those authors are not even born yet, and it's just, everything is jumbled and insane and crazy. And especially for a girl that's related to explorers, it's crazy. This is gonna be a trilogy. I'm only halfway finished, but I am loving it so far, and if it keeps going how it's going, it's gonna be a 5-star book. It's really engaging. I'm really liking the writing. S.E. Grove, this is my first book by this author, and so I'm just really, really liking it. I'll definitely have a review up so you guys can see like my overall feelings after I finished it, but it's really good so far. And now on to the little book haul. Oh, and my weekend plans are obviously just to finish those. I know I'm not going to finish all 3 of those, but I definitely feel like I could finish for sure the manga, and I would love to finish maybe Opposition, and then that way I can finish The Glass Sentence this next week, because I really have a lot of other books I really want to read. So I'm trying to be patient and just like, you know It's already bad that I'm technically reading like 3 books right now, one at a time. The life of a booktuber. Next book was sent to me by Penguin, Isla and the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins. Thank you so much to Penguin for sending me not only the advanced reader's copy, but also the finished copy. Thank you guys so much. You are so wonderful and you're so good to me, and I just thank you so much. Also, I wish that the other books were in hardcover so they'd match, but it's okay. I did read somewhere online that there's a possibility the other ones might be released as a hardcover someday. I mean, like in the new, you know, the new covers, so we'll see, we'll see. But this was a 5 out of 5 star book. If you want to read my review, I'll link it below. This next book I got from Entangled Teen, and it comes out September 2nd, and this cover is crazy. Look at those eyes. I don't know a ton about it. I know it's like a fantasy, paranormal kind of like romance story. I know that this main girl fears winter, and I know that she fears the cold, and I know that when she was younger she fell into a frozen pond and was saved by these like mysterious voices, and she hears things, and I think it sounds a little creepy. So yeah, it may be a little creepy. I don't read a lot of creepy books, but every now and then it's fun to read something different. So I'm looking forward to reading this, definitely. It says, this winter the nights are about to get much darker. Dun dun dun. This next book I got today because I have no self-control, and I walked through Barnes & Noble and I was like, oh, I need this in my life. But I really have been wanting this for a long time. And that's the Rosie Project. I've heard about this even outside of the BookTube community. I follow a few other YouTubers that are not in the BookTube community. They don't normally read very much, but even they have talked about this book. I don't know how to say the author's name. Is it Graham Simpson? I don't know. I'm so bad with names, but this sounds really interesting. I've heard it described as like a feel-good type of book. It's like lighthearted and fun and funny. It's a love story. And it's about this genetics professor that's kind of socially awkward, but he was told that by someone that he would make a good husband, which makes him start thinking about like, oh, maybe there is someone out there for me, and maybe this could work. So he makes the wife project, and he, you know, very carefully makes like this criteria. Like, he's a professor. The way this is described almost makes me think of like Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory trying to do like a wife project. Like, I could see him doing this. And he's got all this stuff in his head, like what would be a good match for him. And then he meets Rosie. And Rosie is like the exact opposite of what he thinks would be like a good match for him. She's a drinker, she's a smoker, she, you know, is someone that always arrives late everywhere, and they just kind of hit it off. And it's like their story together. I know that she's searching for her biological father, which he's a genetics professor, so he can help her with that. And I've heard really good things about it. I'm really excited to read it, hopefully really soon. I know I have a lot of other books that I'm kind of planning on reading, but I know the Chiclets are reading this for the book club for the month of September, so I'm hoping the plan is to read this before the end of September. I always say that though, that I want to read their book that they're reading, and I never get to. So maybe in September. I love September though. September is my birthday month. Birthday month, that sounds so stupid. I used to call it that as a kid. I didn't realize I still did, but apparently I do. My birthday's in less than 2 weeks away, which is so exciting. I'm gonna be 22, which is awesome. I just got sidetracked. Anyways, so yeah, I really want to read this, and hopefully I can partake in the Chiclets discussion at the end of September. This next book was also sent to me by Entangled Teen. Thank you guys so much. It came out in July, and it is called Perfected by Kate Jarvik Birch. Now, this is, they said, for fans of the selection, which I really like the first one. The second one was like, and I still haven't read the third one because I'm lame. But yeah, when I read this, it reminded me, when I read this description, it made me think of the Lunar Chronicles, how the Lunars have pets, because this story centers around how they have genetically like advanced humans or something like that, and they have them as pets for like the wealthy. So this main girl goes to live with this wealthy family as like a playdate, I don't know, as for the little girl. So she has like a friend basically. So that's what made me think of the Lunars. If you've read the Lunar Chronicles, you know what I'm talking about. So I don't know if this is gonna be creepy like that. I don't think it's supposed to be. But I know there's a romance in this. I know that she meets the like governor's son, not the governor, someone that matters. I don't remember who. And he's like rebellious and he doesn't believe in this and people shouldn't be pets. It definitely, I think, is going to be an interesting read for sure. This last book, I say for last on purpose. I am so excited for this book. I can't even handle it. This is also from Penguin. Thank you, Penguin. Comes out September 16th. I'll Give You the Sun. Oh man, it's by Jandy Nelson, and I follow a few bloggers that have said this is their favorite book of the year. Like, the description sounds amazing. I've only heard amazing things from bloggers that have already read it. I know of a couple booktubers that have read this and they also loved it. I'm probably gonna cry when I read it. It's about twins, and what I read is that the first half is in the one twin's perspective, and then like from their point of view, and then the second half is from the other twin's point of view. And when they were younger, they were like best friends, and then it's like present day, they like hardly even talk. So it's a boy and girl, and I just am so excited to read about this. I feel like it's gonna be very touching. It's YA contemporary, and I feel like it's gonna be so good about them like learning to cope and just coming back together. It just sounds so amazing. If you've read this, let me know if you also loved it. It looks cool. The cover is bumpy, which is cool. Without the jacket on, it's so pretty. It's bright orange, and then it's got like these bumps, and then oops, it's so cool. Oh, this is the next book that I want to read, like after the ones I'm currently reading. I don't know. We'll see if I get to read it next. I mean, because I have always, you know, like an ongoing big list to read. But I just feel like it's going to be so good. And I'm so excited for this. I'm so ready for it. That is it for now. I actually did a video every day this week, Monday through Friday. If you missed those other 4 videos from Monday through yesterday, I'll link those below so you can catch up if you want to or not. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.